Hi everyone, apa khabar? So let's start by looking at these two sentences. I promise to come back by 10 o'clock, and that bus was driven by that woman. So the word by in these two sentences mean different things. So they are used for different purposes. So in Malay, we have different words for by in each of these sentences. So in English, there are different usages of by, and in each case, it would have a different meaning or a different purpose. So because of that, the word in Malay would also be different depending on how by is used in a sentence. So what we want to do in this video is we'll try and look into as many usages of by that we can and what is the translation in Malay. So first of all, I guess the most common usage of by is to indicate an agent of something. So in Malay, that is Oleh. Oleh. For example, these two sentences. The song is written by a 10-year-old boy. So in Malay, that is lagu tu ditulis oleh budak 10 tahun. Lagu tu ditulis oleh budak 10 tahun. That bus was driven by that woman. Bus tu dipandu oleh perempuan tu. Bus tu dipandu oleh perempuan tu. So in both cases, the question of who is answered. Next, if by is used to show a method. So in this case, in Malay, we use melalui. Melalui. So melalui actually means through. For example, he entered by the front door. So in this case, in Malay, we use melalui. Dia masuk melalui pintu depan. Dia masuk melalui pintu depan. Or Chi sent the package by post. Chi hantar bungkusan tu melalui pos. Chi hantar bungkusan tu melalui pos. So in these two sentences, we can actually replace by with the word through. So that's why we use melalui. So Chi sent the package through post. So in such cases, we use melalui in Malay. So next, usage of by, if it's used to indicate a position next to something. So in Malay, we use sebelah or tepi or dekat dengan, which means next to or beside or near. So sebelah and tepi means beside or next to. Dekat dengan means close to or near. So how do we say the store is by Umi's office? Kedai tu sebelah pejabat Umi. Or you can also say kedai tu tepi pejabat Umi. What about they parked the car by the big tree? Mereka letak kereta tepi pokok besar. Or you can also use mereka letak kereta dekat dengan pokok besar. So this is the case if by can be switched with close to or beside or near. So if it's used to mean no later than. So in Malay, that is selewat-lewatnya pada. So in Malay, that is literally translated as latest at. So I've put pada in brackets because we can actually omit pada. We can just leave selewat-lewatnya in the sentence. For example, I promise to come back by 10 o'clock. So in Malay, we can say, saya janji saya balik selewat-lewatnya pukul 10. Saya janji saya balik selewat-lewatnya pukul 10. We can also add pada after selewat-lewatnya, or we can leave it out. So if we leave it in, we have saya janji saya balik selewat-lewatnya pada pukul 10. So another example, you need to submit the form by Wednesday. Awak kena hantar borang tu selewat-lewatnya hari Rabu. Awak kena hantar borang tu selewat-lewatnya hari Rabu. So if it's used to indicate a deadline, so by in Malay would be selewat-lewatnya, or that literally means latest at. Next, if by is used to accompany a measurement, so in Malay that would be sebanyak, or literally that means as much as. So for example, her salary was increased by 10%. So in Malay that is gaji dia dinaikkan sebanyak 10%. Gaji dia dinaikkan sebanyak 10%. And one last usage of by, if it's to indicate during, or you can replace it with during. In Malay, during is just pada waktu, or literally that means at time. For example, he works by day and rests by night. So in Malay that is dia kerja pada waktu siang dan rehat pada waktu malam. Dia kerja pada waktu siang dan rehat pada waktu malam. Okay, so that's all. So what we've learned is there are many words in Malay that can be used to mean by in English. So what we need to do is just look at the usage, what it is used for, and you can find the word in Malay.